Shine your light. Shine, shine, shine your light. Shine, shine, shine your light.
Hello, I'm Nancy Smith-Maddox with the Shine Your Light Radio Ministry, broadcasting on WYTV7 in Charlotte. I'm so excited today to bring you a very special person. We have a lot in common. She really doesn't know it yet, but she will find out as we go on along through the interview. Her name is Tameka S. Bright. Now, with a name like Bright, I think that gives you a great hint of what a fantastic interview we're going to have. Miss Tameka is just really a super person, a super personality, and I'm so excited to get to talk to her. And as I look down and I see the name of her email address, it's SpiritandSparkle16, which is right up my alley. I love to make people shine their light. That's what this radio program is all about. That's what my ministry is about. And it's not for me, but it's to shine the light of the people that I'm interviewing. So I'm so excited about this interview today. So without further ado, I'd like for Ms. to introduce you to Tameka Bright. And if you don't mind, Ms. Tameka, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Nancy, once again for having me here on your show, Shine Your Light. Love the name of it. Actually, my Royal Empowerment last week was about men shining their light before, other men so that they could see their good work. So really love the name of the show. And Spirit and Sparkle, yep, that's, it's what I'm all about. I'm all about the sparkle and the bling. People say that sometimes I could go overboard with my bling, but too much bling is never a such thing. So... but I am Tameka Bright. I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I grew up in New Bern, North Carolina, which is about 2 hours from Raleigh, North Carolina. And I went to school at George Mason University, which is in Fairfax, Virginia. Got my bachelor's degree in administration of justice because I was going to be an entertainment attorney. That worked out really well. And not doing that. And then I've got my master's degree from Concordia University in California, and I got that in coaching and athletic administration. And now I am the head cheerleading coach at Methodist University here in Fayetteville. I've been here 5 years now, and I also have my own radio show, which is called Pink Conversations.
Well, it's just so interesting. A gazillion years ago, I was on the high school cheerleading squad. And we actually, we were going to the National Cheerleading Association. That was what our mantra was. And we actually won the national championship, our high school team did. So that was very exciting. We were at the University of Mississippi, where Peyton Manning's father, Archie Manning, went to school, who was a famous football coach, a famous football he was on a great team too, and then he raised two boys, Peyton and Manning. So it's kind of interesting because all we were doing at that age when we were on the University of Mississippi in our spare time, aside practicing, we were looking for Archie Manning. So it was a really exciting time, but we did win the national championship for cheerleading. So that's one thing we have in common. The Spirit and Sparkle we also have in common because on Shine Your Light Radio Ministry, that's what it's all about. It's about shining the light of the guests that are on there. I want it to be open and frank, and I want it to be very, very light. I want it to be able to get you to shine your light so everybody can get some focus on you and what you do, because what you do is so special and so important to everyone. So let's talk a little bit about the let's talk a little bit about Pink Conversations, which is your radio show.
Yes, so Pink Conversations, I'm so excited about the radio show. Again, I am a part of the WYTV7 Christian Broadcasting family. Pink Conversations, it airs on Mondays at 2. And it's empower, inform, inspire, all to reach purpose. And so that's why I'm about, you're about shining your light, and I'm about making sure that everybody understands that we all have a purpose to fulfill, and we're all here for a reason, and we're not far from that. So, that's what Pink Conversations is about. During that show, I have my Royal Empowerment segment, which is our scripture for the week. And then sometimes it ties into our topic and sometimes it doesn't. Then I have my pink topic, which is whatever our topic will be for that day. This month of June, we've been talking about happy and healthy marriages because, you know, June is wedding month and all. So I've been talking about that, and I had a segment on happy and healthy marriages. I had a segment on lovers bond, how to keep, you know, marriages together. And actually my show coming up Monday is going to be about blended families and co-parenting and working well together. So we do topics. That's our pink topic. Also have a college spotlight is where I highlight a college in the United States. This is helping me too learn about some things, because I highlighted one college that I did not know even existed. So it was like, oh, wow. So someone actually texted me after my show and it was like, hey, I never heard of that college. It was like, I hadn't either. So that's why, you know, I did it. And then I close my show with our pink convo thought, which is like a food for thought type thought that I get, pray about, or I see something may happen. I'm like, oh, that's a good pink convo thought. Just a way of encouraging others. So it's pink conversations, and the name just, I like the color pink. You know, one lady said to me, oh, it sounds like it's just for women, but it's not. It's for all. Once you listen to it, you realize it's not just for women. I just like the color pink.
Well, that's something else we have in common. I love the color pink too. I wear it all the time. I just love pink, anything that's pink. And I guess it was like in the 90s, there was a song that says, pink is my favorite color. I don't know if you've ever heard it or not. You may be too young, but it's kind of cool. And it's a song all about pink and the color pink. It's really kind of cool. So anyway, I had that as my ring on my cell phone and all kinds of stuff like that in the old days. But that's another thing that we really have in common. And I think that's an awesome radio show. You're doing some really great things with that. I noticed on the one coming up, the blended family, that's a really important topic right now because we're seeing more and more and more of this. And you know, it's not really color. It's not about color. It could be about me being divorced with 2 children and my new husband being divorced and married to me with 2 children. So that makes us a blended family. And it's happening all the time. I mean, it's happening more and more and more. And, you know, they have yours, mine, and ours, kind of like the Brady Bunch back in the 60s and 70s. So it's just really coming to fruition now. And that really is a topic that needs to be discussed a lot, because I'm sure they have their separate issues and all. So, and I also like how you do a scripture for the week on your show. That's fantastic to start that off. And then I think the college spotlight is just fantastic what you're doing. So how do you choose which college you're going to spotlight?
Well, I want to go back to what you said about the blended families. It was interesting. You was like, it's not about color, and you're right. I mean, I wasn't even thinking of that. You know, when I was doing this topic, I'm doing this topic. A lot of the topics that I do is topics that I can relate to because I've gone through it. I'm going through it, that type of thing. You can't talk about something you haven't gone through or you're going through, right? So I can talk about the blended families because that's what I have. You know, I married my husband who had a daughter already, and now we have a son together. So we are now a blended family, and we co-parent very well together. So, you know, with the mother of his child. So I think it's very important to show people like, hey, you can do this. You can co-parent. You can have the blended families without the drama that comes with it sometimes. You know, you don't have to have the baby mama and the baby daddy drama and all that. You don't have to have that. I mean, and I think a lot, you know, with my show, I'm just very real and blunt and out there you know, because I'm reaching that audience and I want them to know, I want to be candid with them. Can't be fake. You know, you got to be real with them and let them know what it is that you're experiencing. So that's why I really wanted to do this topic tonight and or on Monday. And I actually have, you know, a friend of mine who's going through the same thing. You know, she got married with 2 kids and her husband had 2 kids already. So they're like, you know, now blended with 4 children. So with the college spotlight, I just randomly pick a college. I mean, there's tons to choose from, and I don't just focus on universities, focus on community colleges as well, because they are still a college. You can still get a degree from there. And I try to take some of my guest colleges. So whoever my guest is on the show, I ask them like, hey, what college did you attend? And then I spotlight that college as well. And again, it's just teaching me something about the colleges.
Well, I think that's fantastic, and I just know we need to be able to advertise our shows so we can reach more people, and just be sure that they understand, because people are interested in these topics. people want real talk. They want real talk and real stories that they can comprehend and they can understand, because sometimes we think we're the only ones going through something, and that's just simply not true. There's nothing that I go through that someone hasn't already experienced that could help me walk me through it. So I really love that part about it. Also, I wanted you to talk a little bit too about your job now as a head cheerleading coach at Methodist University, and share a little bit about that and some of your successes with that, and also let us know how important it is for people to be there for the young people. And even though they're in college, they still have different issues that we can't comprehend sometimes. So.
Well, I've been at Methodist for 5 years, and actually my first collegiate team was at Cape Fear Community College, which is in Wilmington, North Carolina, and that's where I won my first national championship with those girls. And then I moved to Fayetteville, where I'm at now at Methodist University, and we have 3 national championships. We just won one this year with our stunt team. So I think for me, I do love cheerleading. It is the best sport out there. I know right now the NCAA or High School Association hasn't gotten it together and made it a sport, but it is a sport in my book. They're still going back and forth with that. I know the Olympics just made it a provisional sport for the Olympics. So it's like, come on, if the Olympics can get it together, you know, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. They have a component of cheer called stunt, which is what they're trying to make as an actual sport, and I'm all for it. It's whatever way it can get in, but cheerleading takes a lot of time and dedication, just like any other sport, and you can get injured seriously just like any other sport. You know, you've got the acrobatic piece of it, you know, with the tumbling, you've got the stunting, you've got the cheering. It's more than just being in a little short skirt and waving a pom-pom. Those days are kind of over now. We do more than that, you know? So, but being at Methodist, I realized that I'm there more than just to coach. I realized that God has me there to help the people that are on my team and who's not on my team. I've built relationships with girls who are on my team and who aren't on the team, you know, from other teams, from the basketball teams, from the soccer teams, you know, it really doesn't matter. And even if they're not students, just building a relationship with, or even if they're not student athletes, just building relationships with the students. Because you said it, that we don't go through things for ourselves. I do believe that the things that we go through and experience is to help us to be able to help someone else. You know, when I was 15, my mother passed, and I'd have never thought that now, you know, and through the years that it would, you know, I'd be okay, like, and I'd be able to talk about it, and I'd be able to help somebody else through it. And it's funny how I get, you know, like I've had girls on my team who've lost their mom in college, and so I can relate to that because I was in college too, and I didn't have my mom. So it, you know, God knows exactly what he's doing, knows exactly how he's, you know, ordering your steps and lining things up. So I am grateful that he allowed me to be there.
Well, that is so true. As a matter of fact, I was a CEO of a credit union for 25 years in Jacksonville, Florida. And a credit union is nothing more than helping people. That's all I did all my career, was help them realize their financial dreams. And a couple of months ago, I did a motivational speaking speech, and we videotaped it for the Black Belt Speakers, which is an association that I belong to. And it was a seminar, and Les Brown was there. It was a Les Brown seminar, so my video actually was on that Les Brown conference. But anyway, what I talked about was using your personal experiences to help people. And that, because it's so important, because like I said, we all don't realize that everyone's going through something. We always think it's only me going through this. And what you said about your mother is so vitally important, because so many people lose their mothers at a young, tender age, and they really don't know how they're ever going to make it through. And frankly, if they don't have a mentor or someone they can look up to that will share experiences, sometimes they don't make it through. They take the wrong path. But anyway, in this speech that I gave, I talked a lot about using your experiences. I mean, I had 25 years of helping people, and I wanted people to understand that there is a life that you can live. God gives it to you and speaks to you to help people by using your own experiences. So I just think that's very, very important for you to do that. Let's see. Can you tell us a little bit more? You have a blog too that you do, right? Do you have a blog? Do you still have your blog?
It's more of just my Facebook. Like I don't really have a blog per se, but my Pink Conversations, I have a page for that on Facebook, and then I
Oh,
have
okay.
a page for my Instagram for Pink Conversations. So on Facebook, it's just Pink Conversations, and on Instagram, it's Pink Conversations _ Tameka Bright. And that's where you can find, you know, all the show information. I do my show recap. So if you missed something on the show, I always do a recap of what the show was about, recapping our royal empowerment and our pink topic, our college spotlight, and our pink combo thought.
Okay, for the audience just joining us, we are on WYTV7 out of Charlotte. I'm Nancy Maddox for Shine Your Light Ministry in Little Rock, Arkansas, and my special guest is Tameka Bright. So please, if you're just joining us, listen in. If you missed it, we'll be broadcasting this video for everyone to review. But go in and look Tameka Bright up. She has a lot to offer. She has a lot of beautiful shows. And Miss Tameka, can you tell us now kind of what you expect for the future, where you're going, where you want to be, and maybe who else you want to, what other topics you want to talk about on your show?
Yes, definitely. So I definitely want to concentrate and focus more on my show on Pink Conversations. My dream is to have it syndicated. So it will be more than just a podcast. Right now it's a podcast, but it will be on other stations. I'm not really sure how all of that works, but I just know it's going to work. So I'm just believing and trusting God for that. I want to speak more at conferences for women and youth. And, you know, for couples, I actually want to put on my own youth conference and women's conference and doing something for couples, just doing other, you know, events out there for people to come to that's a part of a Pink Conversation. So because I do enjoy speaking. I definitely enjoy speaking to the youth because, you know, I enjoy just instilling and imparting in them what greatness they have and you know, pulling that out of them. So I had some people in my life, you know, along the way, especially in college, who I really wish I could get in touch with today just to say thank you so much again, you know, for everything they have done. But again, I do realize that God placed them in my life for that time. And so I want to be able to do what they did for me for other people, you know. So with my show, I've got topics coming up. So next month, we're moving into July, and I'm going to talk about our health, you know, and fitness. I've got a show titled Fit Happens. So we're going to be talking about that. We'll talk about our finances, which I plan to have one of our other fellow WYTV7 broadcasters on, Miss Lynn. So make sure you check out her show too. I think it's on Tuesday nights. But just really good, you know, financial resources because we all need that. And so we talk about our finances. And the one show that I know is definitely going to be a heavy hitter, but it's something that we don't like to talk about, but we have to. And I'm calling it The Final Plan. And that's, you know, making those funeral arrangements and making sure that everything is taken care of when you leave this earth, because it's going to happen. We're not going to be here forever. And we want to make sure that, you know, our families are taken care of. And you don't want to wake up, you know, or be gone at the last minute and just, you know, not have things in order. So I definitely want to talk about that on my show. Going to do a show about vision and what it takes to actually accomplish the things in your vision. We've got to activate what's already inside of us and what we have. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They are looking for tangible resources. And sometimes those resources aren't available for us. So we've got to use what already is inside of us. So I'm going to do a show on that as well. So those are some upcoming topics for Pink Conversations.
Well, that sounds really exciting. I'm so glad that you were allowed me to do this interview. You're definitely a shining and sparkling star as far as I'm concerned, and we're going to do everything we can to make more people become aware of what you're doing and your causes, which we can do. And so now I'd like for you to just share one more time with us, because we're running out of time, share one more time with us how people can get a hold of you. As far as I'm concerned, I believe they should just Google Tameka S. Bright, and they'll find everything out about you. That's what I did. Of course, I watch your shows too. But anyway, so if you'll share one more time with the audience, your contact information, because I want them to be able to reach you.
Yeah, no problem. With that, Google is something else. You can find out everything you want on Google, right? So again, I am Tameka Bright, a creator and host of Pink Conversations. I have a Facebook page, which is Tameka Bright, and then my Facebook for Pink Conversations. You can go on Facebook. It is Pink Conversations. My Instagram is Pink Conversations _ Tameka Bright. You can email me at spiritandSparkle16@gmail.com. Let me know any topics that you might think we can talk about. I do a segment on my show called Speak On It. And basically, I just put a topic out there on social media and have people chime in. And people are really, really chiming in. The last Speak On It topic I did was, what's the appropriate age to, or at what point do you stop saying boyfriend and girlfriend? Because I had a friend of mine who's in her 50s. She's married, but she was just like, if she wasn't, she wouldn't be walking around talking about that's her boyfriend. She's too old for that. So I put that out there, and people definitely chimed in. And we got another Speak On It topic this week. I wanted to know what's the appropriate age to have a cell phone for kids, because now, or not even a cell phone, social media accounts, because now, with social media being so big, kids as young as 2 years old have a social media account.
See, that scares me. I have a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old grandson, and this Facebook and that kind of thing, it just scares me because there's so many predators out there. And of course, my son will allow the 12-year-old to have an Instagram and Snapchat, but not Facebook. Because it's just, but it can happen on the others too. But you have to train your children how to use these mobile devices and and if they're going to be on social media. And of course, the 10-year-old, he just watches fishing videos and baseball videos on his. So anyway, so it's fun for them. It gives them something to do, but you do have to caution them and let them know what the dangers are of this kind of stuff. Because predators are just watching all the time, and they'll befriend them and just act like they're their friends, and they're so innocent they don't know any better. So yes, that's a really good thing. That's a good topic to talk about. But I can't believe a 2-year-old would look at Google. Oh, that would scare me.
I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, my 2-year-old knows how to get on YouTube. So we had to download the YouTube Kids app. So take off the actual YouTube, so that, because the icon looks the same. That's what they go by, pictures. They can't read. So we had to do that and monitor his time on the iPad. He's 2 years old. He's on an iPad. But at this day and age, it's all about technology. And so, but you as parents, you just got to be able to, to step in. Now, my 2-year-old's not going to have an Instagram account or a Facebook account. And, I think it does depend on your child and your parenting skills. Maybe by the time he's maybe 14, who knows where the social media world is going to go by that time. But I think it is important as a parent, if you're going to allow them to have it, then definitely we've got to step in, to monitor that stuff. So that's
you definitely have to monitor it. And as angry as it makes my grandchildren, my son and my daughter-in-law do monitor it. They monitor all of that, which I think is great, because you just don't want them to get in the habit of saying the wrong things or that kind of thing. They got to learn respect. So anyway, we're almost finished with our interview. So let me thank you one more time for the time you spent with me and for the graciousness you have. I appreciate you so much, and I'm happy that I learned that I have a lot in common with you.
Yes, me too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Tameka. Okay, I appreciate you.
Thank you.